off me, son. Get in here then. Put the mic down. Put the mic down. Look in these eyes. Look in these eyes.
Well, all you hardcores out there, how are you doing? It's Russ here from Pokey's Corner, the voice of hardcore boxing. Thank you to everybody for liking and subscribing and sharing videos on WhatsApp. Right. Daniel Dubois, the free knockdown rule. You've probably seen the story in the Daily Express. They're the only newspaper that are coming out and speaking about this situation. It's down to the British Boxing Board of Control why the free knockdown rule was pulled. Dubois were dropped 3 times in round 1. At the end of round 1, after he was dropped the 3rd time, the bell went at 2 minutes 52 seconds. Let's just take time to think about what I've just said there. 2 minutes 52 seconds of round 1. So there's 8 seconds to go. He's been dropped on wobbly legs for a 3rd time in round 1, and the British Boxing Board of Control are saying they don't recognise the 3rd knockdown rule. But the bell went with 8 seconds to go, and not one person on social media or YouTube, wherever they call these media outlets on YouTube that have press accesses, not one of these have put it on anybody. Why isn't somebody beating down the door at Cardiff at the British Boxing Board of Control's officers asking what is going on? Every time we've got a big show, the whole world's watching, the whole boxing world anyway, watching the UK. All eyes on UK boxing. Look what happened. They messed it up again. It's always the Boxing Board of Control, isn't it? The officials. If it's not the officials, it's the judges. If it's not the judges, it's the referee. If it's not the referee, it's the bellman. And it's not the first time it's happened on a Bricktop show, is it, with one of his fighters? What is going on? Why is it left to me on YouTube to put it on these people? Why is this? Why haven't we got IFL? Behind the gloves, seconds out, Fight Eye, Boxing Social, ID Boxing. Why aren't these people putting it on the Board of Control? Why? Why ain't there a full investigation into what's going on here? Because if that were a Brit in Germany or Vegas, there'd be questions asked, wouldn't there? There'd be uproar, wouldn't there? There would be uproar, but there isn't, is there? Nobody's saying a word, are they? Nobody's saying a word. Everybody can see what happened. Everybody. Been dropped 3 times. But board decided that they don't recognise that rule. They don't recognise a lot of things, do they? Drug tests, knockdown rules, a lot. They can't even ring the bell properly. So what I want to know, as a massive hardcore boxing fan, I want to know, is the British Boxing Board corrupt or incompetent? The bellman rung the bell 8 seconds early. Now that's a mistake in its own right, but after the 3rd knockdown, he's more or less saving the guy, isn't he? Because if that guy comes flying in straight after he gets up, what happens then? You've got a 4th knockdown rule, haven't you? Other thing I want to point out is the opponent for Dubois didn't even throw a punch in round 2. Why was that? What was going on there? What is going on? This is in front of our eyes. The whole boxing world's watching us. The Americans think we're useless anyway over here. They think our officials, whatever you want to call it, is poor. Poor, but it's the same old A-star referees, the same old bellmen. I don't even know the bellman's name, but nobody will be putting it on him. Will he be outed like Ian John Lewis was? Will he? All I want to know is what's going on and why ain't nobody mentioning it? Why have all these people we access, why are they not doing anything about it? Why is that? Why is that? Are they frightened of losing access and not having an income? Is that what it's about, money? Go look round other avenues, get other things going in your lives to earn a few quid, diversify. You know, if you've got 8 biscuit barrels and you're filling them up every week, you put it all into one barrel, don't you? Get a few things going in your lives besides licking. Because that's what these YouTubers are. Lickers. Lickers. Cowards and lickers. Off with their heads. That's how I look at it anyway, but hey ho, what can you do? All we want to see is fair play. And people now don't want to come to UK to fight, do they? They're like, we don't want to go there, you're going to get jobbed. There'll be dodgy stoppages, dodgy scoring, dodgy bellmen now. Nobody's saying a word, are they? Got dodgy drug tests, hiding drug tests, boiling fighters down to certain weights, beefing other fighters up, and nobody knows what's going on. It's in a state of disarray. Yet again, a big show like that. Big massive show, all the world's boxing eyes on us. And we messed it up again, didn't we? Eh? And I hope that lot that'll all be counting the money all week are ashamed of themselves. But they won't be. They won't be, because there'll be another show in a couple of weeks and it'll all be forgotten about. But what about that kid, that South African kid? He should be world champion now, shouldn't he? Or WBA regular belt holder, shouldn't he? But one good thing about it is everybody got to see it, didn't they? But nobody's saying a word, apart from that guy in Daily Express. So let's see these big media outlets. Let's see them put it on these people about what's going on. And let's see some people excluded from the border control. Let's see the bellman sacked, because ringing the bell with 8 seconds to go for a start is incompetent. But when there's been a third knockdown and the own fighter's on jelly legs and he's the champion, is it corruption? How many more times do I have to keep doing a corruption or incompetence yet again video? How many more times before it sinks in? Falling on deaf ears, isn't it? So I'm to hear with it. Falling on deaf ears. So that's about it, really. Just peeing it down here now. I've got a plane to catch. So okie dokie, we'll get these videos out as soon as, probably for the weekend. Be out for Saturday. A bit late, innit, but better late than never. But nobody will have done anything in that period of time, will they? Because nobody wants to be outspoken, do they, in boxing? Or you lose your press pass, don't you? Hey? Okie dokie. Big shout out to Welcome Estates and Spartan Demolition. Bye before the boom. Peace out.
You like that one, didn't you? Right, first of all, I just want to say thank you very much for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me, because we're on this journey together, aren't we? So anybody got any ideas for the channel, fire them over to me, porkycorner@mail.com, all right? Shout out to Innovation Alloys and South Yorkshire Packaging, all right? Don't forget to subscribe, keep on trucking.